Hello everyone, what is cooking all you good looking people out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of GeoGuessr. Here we are in yesterday's daily challenge location. Very, very cool spot. We've got a big lighthouse, big open water, and my favorite part, trapdoor over here. Look at that, you can see the path it takes. Oh, another trapdoor, another one over here. My god, this place is all connected together. Who knows what kind of cool traps, what kind of cool tunnels are under here. Now, I don't think this is a trapdoor for humans. Probably like just power cables. But hey, look at that. There's also an antenna thing right over here as well. So where in the world do I think we are? I think we are in, well, I don't know what that says. I was originally going to guess like Greece, but upon further inspection, I actually think we are in North America. And looking at this open water, I think we're probably on one of the Great Lakes. Let's say we are right near Christmas in Dearton. Make the guess, and the answer is we weren't in North America at all. We were in Japan. Where in Japan? We were right over here in the Kyoga Misaki Lighthouse. A beautiful lighthouse, that's for sure. 499 points. Hopefully some of you guys figured that one out. All right, here we are in today's daily challenge location. Trees and waters and hills and, well, I mean, the reason I chose this location is mostly because of this shot right here. You got the sun making a huge lens flare. I mean, look at this. Come on now. Why wouldn't you want to see this? It really, really is beautiful. I mean, this over here on the other side still really stunningly beautiful. But, you know, I think this is sort of a sight that we've seen before. But, my goodness, this other side over... I mean, you think about it. I'd rather take a swim in this lake than I would just kind of stand here and look over. But for whatever reason, facing this way, this is where I'd like to be. I mean, like, think about what kind of a nice place this would be to go camping. Being able to set up a tent like over here. There's water right there. I mean, geez, it's all you'd ever want. And you get eaten by bears and die. But, you know, that's probably not what you would want to happen. But hey, you know what? This is today's daily challenge, which means it's up to you guys to tell me where in the world you think we are. All you need to do is put your guesses down in the comment section below. Tell me where in the world you think this is, and in tomorrow's video's comment section, I announce the winner, the person that guesses closest. Now, there are no prizes, but there is glory to be won. So if you are interested in becoming today's top GeoGuessr, then tell me, where in the world do you think we are right now? Alright, here we are in the main section of today's video, and today we've got a viewer challenge brought to us by none other than our good friend Lance and Derek. That is right, Lance and Derek, thank you so much for sending this one in. This challenge has no theme, but, you know, we could pretty much be anywhere in the world, so that is always good. It's always good to have a wide variety of locations, so thanks so much Lance and Derek for sending this one in. If you are interested in creating your own custom challenge, all you need to do is look down in the description below. You'll find a step-by-step guide on how to create your own custom challenge and how to send it to me. Also, you'll find a link to this one so you can play along yourself. Great! So, here we are, and I have remembered indeed to make it full screen again so there won't be black bars at the top and bottom like there were yesterday. Did you notice that? Probably. I know I certainly did. I forgot to make it full screen, so then I just added black bars at the top and bottom so that, you know, this stuff over here wouldn't be so distracting. Oh, there you go. So, what are we going to be? What are we going to be? Where are we going to be? That's the real question here. I was thinking Brazil immediately when I saw this, but nope, I don't want to go that way. But now that I look at it, I'm thinking, I don't really think it is Brazil. I don't really think it is Brazil. I think it might be somewhere else in South and or Central America. Maybe Brazil, but not quite sure yet. Let's see. Ah, boy. 3rd of April Avenue. Okay. 3rd of April Avenue. That doesn't really help me too much, actually, which is too bad. Should we go to the 3rd of April Avenue? Might as well. Rosa, Rio, Uruguay. Okay, well, I mean, that's really starting to make me feel like, you know, I probably should guess that we are indeed in Brazil. I think that that's probably a good deal, a good guess now that it really seems like Rio, Uruguay. I mean, that just makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I don't think we are in Uruguay, but maybe we're on the road from Rio to Uruguay, right? Because that's what that transport is all about. So, what have we got here? Nice living. Nope. Okay. .com. We can't really see what that says. No, we can't see at all what that says. Oh, that's really too bad. What about the other side of it? No, we can't really see that either. Alright, well, let's keep going down. Maybe we'll see something that'll indicate to us, you know, for sure what country we're in. Nothing is really telling me, you know, for sure. We've got the roads and stuff like that that we need. We've got pretty much everything that we're looking for, but not 100% sure where we're going to be. But you know what? I do think it is Brazil at this point. I'm fairly certain that Brazil's at least a decent guess. Even though, yeah, let's say that we are in something like, what about this city right here? We make the guess and the answer was, oh, okay, not quite. Argentina was the answer. Argentina was, yeah, Argentina was the answer. There you go. These are just two different states in Argentina, right? Yeah, they are. Okay, so we were in a place, Corrientes. Well, there you go. 2,200 points. Okay. Well, what do we got here? This is going to be something completely different. Or maybe not completely different at all. Maybe just more... Well, I mean, it's not going to be Brazil, so it is really going to be completely different. Where is this, though? Russia seems like an okay guess to start off. I don't know really where else we would be. Oh, okay. I believe that is the flag of Uzbekistan, actually. This is a Russian flag, I think. But I think this is the flag of Uzbekistan. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that it is. I'm not positive, but it might be. Jeez, look at this. Wow. Alright, we got somebody over there, face blurred, doing lots of stuff, wearing a helmet inside the Large Hadron Collider, you know, taking notes, pointing at people on the phone. He's talking to someone on the phone, pointing, hey, go right over there, fix that cell phone tower. I mean, that doesn't really make too much sense, but there you go. It looks like what is happening. Do I really think this is Uzbekistan? Does Uzbekistan have any street view? These are all good questions. I'm fairly certain Uzbekistan does not have street view. So, and this looks a lot more like Russia to me. But I don't really know what Uzbekistan looks like. Do I imagine it having big open plains like we're seeing right there? And big giant concrete buildings that have seemed to have been dropped down out of nowhere? I would say, yeah, I do actually think it does feature these kind of things. Do I think it's harshly cold? Perhaps. I didn't really think about it too much. I mean, it is more south, but that doesn't often mean that much, really. So it could be harshly cold. It could not be. There's more of that giant billboard. Does it seemingly have no traffic laws and cars just drive willy-nilly on the roads? Giant roads for seemingly so few cars. Yeah, I'd say maybe I think that that's something that goes on. So, do I think we are indeed in Uzbekistan? Not really. I got to admit, not really. But I guess it's what I'm going to guess regardless. Well, there you go. That's... we were in Russia. Harshly cold. I mean, that was an Uzbekistan flag, right? Let me give that a double check. Maybe you know, yeah, there was a Russian flag there too. Uzbekistan, if I can spell it right. It might not have been. It was very similar colors to an Uzbekistan flag, but Uzbekistan flag has red lines in between the blue, white, and green bars. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe the order was wrong too. All right. Well, here's going to be the extra challenge. Can I get a country right? Who knows? Maybe I can't. What do we got here? TP Express. I mean, that was, my God, that was one of the most remote places that I have seen in Russia. Jeez, I mean, that was like all the way up here. Wow, what a place. My God. I mean, to think that it's like, you know, a big city, plenty of people living there. I mean, of course it is, right? It's not that remote and cut off. There are roads, you know, covering pretty much all of this. But man, imagine living in a place like that. Really interesting. You know, it's the kind of thing, have people been there for a long period of time? Or was that like an uninhabited area for a long time? That I don't actually know. I mean, what is the what is like the, I mean, yeah, is there like a native population that has lived like up here, or that, you know, did at one point and were pretty much, you know, untouched, or you know stuff's been around for a long time, or have these areas kind of like been known of, and, you know, people have been traveling there for a long time as well. I mean, it's not like North America where, you know, there's like at least some kind of, you know, big cutoff here, you know, where people were separated for, you know, a long amount of time, right? Maybe this area was, you know, constantly fed with new people back and forth. But who knows? I mean, the world before the last, you know, few hundred years could easily find a lot of isolation that existed and stuff like that. I mean, now finding isolated areas is practically impossible, but I'm assuming that wasn't always the case. Wherever we are, we're in an area that does wine. We're in an area that does wine. Where is this area that does wine? I don't know. But I'm almost feeling that I'm going to get the country wrong, because I really don't know where we are. I feel like guessing that we are in Europe is not a bad guess. That's mostly where I think we are. Where in Europe, though? That is something that I don't know. I mean, there's really not much to read, and reading is really what helps. Looking at, you know, the garbage bins and things like that, for whatever reason, this makes me think that we're in Spain. I might be completely wrong on that one. Maybe we're really, really not in Spain or anywhere near like Spain. Maybe we're on a small island of some sort. I feel like that's probably actually a decent guess, that we're on some kind of small island. But again, I gotta realize, like, we didn't see... I mean, now where the hell are we? Now we're going out into the fields here. I mean, it's interesting that we got here, but... like, wow. Should we go this way then? Yeah, let's go this way. This way is probably a good direction to go. Make sure I go this way, because if I don't, then I have no idea, like, how I'm gonna find out really where we are. All right, so we'll go down this way right here. Okay, we're seeing some new things, telephone poles, and boy. It is hard to do. Maybe we're on some kind of island or something like that. The license plates didn't have the blue markings on them that a lot of EU license plates do. So that's what is confusing me. That the license plates don't really seem to line up with what I'm expecting to see. Maybe it just is Spain. I really think we're in Spain. I don't really, but I have no idea what else to guess. We could be somewhere like around over here as well. Somewhere around the Adriatic, but I don't think we are. I think Spain is where I'm going to be guessing. And shall I guess the northern coast? Yeah, I will. Right around here we make the guess, and the answer was... Oh, this is not where I thought we were. I thought it was Malta for a second. Alright. Well, I mean, I'm going to go out and say I wouldn't have guessed this. I wouldn't have guessed that this was Pantelleria. Yep, that's something that I wouldn't have guessed. Also, I'm guessing that the very little bit of language that I did see was Italian. 2037. I need to see a little bit more for me to be able to figure it out. A lot more, because even when I saw Portuguese and Spanish, I didn't figure that one out, and I saw a ton of it. Well, that's really too bad. 2037. All right, can I get the country right? Oh, I doubt it. This is going to be, oh my god, how am I going to get the country wrong 4 times in a row? I mean, what does this say? Marx Weber Challenge. Okay. I'm almost certainly going to get this one wrong. All right. You know, it really doesn't make it feel like much of a like it really is that adventurous when we. Oh my god. Oh, that's really funny. I don't know why, but whenever we see close-ups of people, it's just like look at this guy's face. You know, it doesn't really feel that adventurous to be in a place like this when we got, you know, this guy over here and these three and just sitting on a raft looking around while two people paddle. It's just it really is just frankly bizarre. Now, where do I think this is? I have no idea. These fellas over here, they are likely from wherever we are right now. I'm guessing they are. If they're not, then it really doesn't. It really would add a whole layer of, frankly, really bizarreness if they were dressed like this, but were not from this area. Because then it would just really sort of beg the question, why? Is it for these four people over here? That seems really weird. But so I'm guessing that these fellows over here, they're at least from this area here. That doesn't answer any of my questions though as to where this would be. I mean, this could be so many places that I have absolutely no idea. This could be like in this area of the world or something like that, like in Indonesia, Papua New Guinea type of thing. Could be around over here. It could be around over here. It could be around over here. But I'm not guessing it's that much more north than around the equator somewhere. Should we go in one of the great... Let's go in Papua New Guinea. You know, some of this stuff is, you know, very... Yeah, Papua New Guinea. Some of the stuff is very remote, unmapped. Let's make the guess. The answer is yes. At least got that one right. I got the country right. 2241. My God, what are the odds I got that one right? Low. Very low. Road restrictions. Oh, geez Louise. This is gonna be in Australia. Travel on closed roads is prohibited. Severe penalties apply. Coober Pedy. Oh, this is definitely Australia because I'm fairly certain I remember this. To Unada, that's closed, but that is open. Williams Creek's closed, and that is closed. So there are road restrictions. Closed road is prohibited. Well, then who's going to patrol that? Heavy vehicle over 3 ton and 4-way vehicle. Okay. 4W, whatever. Wheel drive vehicle. Interesting. So those are for big vehicles. Are these restrictions on like smaller vehicles as well? I don't know, but we're going to go into town and check that out because at least we got something over here. It's kind of place where you'd be driving and it's like next gas station is in 600 miles. So make sure you fill up. You know, look at that. Australian government road conditions solutions. You know, make sure you have gas or you will die. Unfenced road, beware of wandering stock. Oh, yeah, that's right. It could just be like cows, you know, wandering in the middle of the road here. So, there you go. Now, not really very clear as to where... Like, I don't think we can really get off this road, which is too bad, because I'd like to. I'd like to go maybe a little bit into there. Now, welcome to Coober Pedy. There you go. Quality Opal. Opal Mines. Okay, these are the places that I've heard about. Oh, there you go. It wasn't hard to find. It was pretty much exactly where I thought it would be. So, there you go. Coober Pedy. Seems to be quite a nice big place. Although, we couldn't really go into it very much. But there you go. Coober Pedy. And clearly we're right there. And this is the big highway right there. My God. To Marla. Jeez. Look at that. To Williams Creek. Oh, so this road here is closed. Interesting. Well, there you go. We make the guess and the answer is indeed 6119. Those last two really saved the round. 14,376. Started off on a 3 streak of getting it wrong. We were not in Brazil. We were in Argentina. We were not in Spain. We were in Italy? I'm going to guess so, but it's a bit hard to tell. We were not in Uzbekistan. We were in Russia. We were, though, in Papua New Guinea. And we were in Australia. Cooper Petty, right there. Well, I'm going to say that I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know I certainly have. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody. Get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Ather vids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo yeah. Have a good one.